What's up to my Obsidians? Welcome back.
Welcome, y'all. Blessings.
Definitely blessings, man. As you know, I'm Neff.
I'm Sage. We in the building.
And we the two kings.
You did. Like, comment,
and subscribe.
and share.
And share. Please share. I'm coming to you so humble. Please share. We want to get this content out. We want to hear feedback. We want to know how we can make this better for you.
Right. Shout out to the people that turned on their notification buttons. Because that notification button thing is like a thing. Like, it's 2021. Like, I didn't realize how much of a thing that was. But I'm really,
every time we
like,
post, they get a
notification, yeah. And then they be hyped about the notifications. And then if I don't get the notification, like, so we air every Wednesday by about like 10 p.m. really. This week I put the episode out at like 11, and I got like texts.
You got how you call hell for that? Listen, you fucking up the schedule, man.
Yo, like, where's my show?
I lit my candles. You know what I'm saying? I put the kids to bed.
And they was ready to watch us.
And like, shit didn't drop. I ain't get no notification.
That was so cool to me.
Yo, that's definitely love, man. I love growing with y'all. This is definitely an experience.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things happen, man. I want to say rest in peace to Biz Marquis.
Mm-hmm.
That's another tough one.
We definitely lost Biz.
On the heels of losing DMX.
Right. We just put out the episode about us talking about DMX.
Right.
We didn't even put it out when DMX passed.
Right. We was talking about it though. You know.
How do you feel about Biz Marquis?
Prayers up to your family, man. I know you watching them. I know you got your arms around them. But it's still a tough time when you're dealing with loss. Biz, man, he went, like I said, man, nobody beats the Biz. You know, he just seemed like a real fun, going, bubbly person. And the world is a sadder place without people like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad that he was able to translate that personality into art for the world to see, which is not as easy as it seems. You know what I mean? You know, bubbly people that you run into all day, they'll never get to put it on display for the world to see, though. You know what I mean? It's like losing. It's like us. I mean, we're just fans, but it's like losing a family member when someone's able to transfer that type of energy, that type of personality, and share it with the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough. But like I said, prayers up for his family and those close to him. We definitely lost a good one.
Shout out to Biz. You want to just dive right into it?
Always.
You got questions already?
Oh no.
I scrolled through a few questions.
I was kind of just on piggyback today, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
For real?
I don't see why not.
I'm going off of the group right now.
Right.
So I have a couple topics that we could like bring up, honestly, that aren't in the group and stuff like that. But you know, those topics get a little bit deeper than
the group ones.
Like when I'm looking at the group, they're more like funny questions, like lighthearted questions and everything.
Right, like do your booty jiggle enough for you to be acting the way you do?
Yo, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm so sorry. Like, that's Mike Rahman, dog. Shout out Mike. Shout out my young boy Mike. That's my man's right there.
Mike said, do your booty jiggle enough for you to act the way you do? You know what? It sounds like a silly fucking question, right? But it's some merit to it, though.
About the booty jiggling situation.
About the booty jiggle. You know what I mean? You could, Because if you ain't jiggling the right way, you can't be just talking crazy.
It's just me personally.
Like, you know
I put up with way more. Like for me, you know how people be like an ass man,
yeah,
or a breast man.
I'm an ass.
I'm not specifically an ass man.
I'm specifically an ass man.
I'm not, man.
You
know what I am? You know what I am?
I ass watch. I do all that shit.
You know what I am? I'm a proportion dude.
Proportion is good.
I mean,
proportion is necessary.
I like Coke bottle shapes.
But the proportion, so even with a jiggly booty, proportion is still the DNA of
no.
Looking at the
you know what a booty do is, right?
A booty do?
Yeah.
Well, her stomach stick out more than her booty do? Yeah.
So now you can still have a jiggly butt and a booty do. Like I don't want a chick with a jiggly butt and then you see what I'm saying? You see the face you just made?
I feel you. I call that, oh man, especially being from the city, I call that the Philly fanny pack.
We call it, the hula hoop,
the muffin top, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to make up my own shit.
Chick be having a hula hoop.
But
I don't like that hula hoop.
Proportion is definitely the DNA. It's like your booty jiggle, but there's always a butt if the proportion is off.
I like big butts.
I cannot lie.
I like big butts. I like big boobs. I like small waist more than anything. Like I'd rather a chick with a little waist. I don't really care if her boobs are huge or if her butt is huge. As long as her waist is little.
I feel like you need.
As long as your waist is smaller than your butt and your boobs, actively, then I'm 100% in.
When I was younger, cleavage was it.
But that's when we was in like 7th grade.
That's what I'm saying. When you're young, cleavage is it.
That's like 7th grade.
But unless you actively out here like titty boning Jones, when you grow up, it's booty. You interact with the booty.
I always found it funny that like my brothers, we're all attracted to different things. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
y'all different people though.
But Court's a boob guy. Court is actively like a boob guy. Like he's a boob dude. Like his women have boobs.
He likes boobs. Was he breastfed?
He was all breastfed.
So that's the common non-denominator.
Mm-hmm. You know how you try to like everybody be like, oh, you date women that are like your mom?
You do.
You think I do?
Not you. I think you do.
But in general.
That came to fruition in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that now.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally though, I don't know if it works for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting too though, because then it's like if you have a sibling of the same gender, you can, and so like me, my little brother. Damn. So then if it works for me,
it works for your little brother too.
Does it though?
It does.
Because they're not.
The thing is not attracted to the same thing. The woman that you're dating still has some quality that your mom has.
Okay.
It's just that you guys looking at the different thing about your mom.
Right.
Same way that women.
He might have latched on to this that mommy did. I might have latched on to this.
The women in my family have boobs. Like they're boobs. Like they have boobs. Like you know what I'm saying? So me personally, I don't really date women with boobs. I just don't. I like all boobs equally. All boobs. Yeah.
Different size of boobs.
I don't have a thing like you know how people like, oh, I want the perky round, blah 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 blah. I don't have that at all. Like boobs,
you're equally excited to see which.
You could be a flat set of boobs girl,
like wow, you're doing it.
It's not gonna like change drastically. Like oh shit, your boobs are bigger than hers. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care about that. Boobs are boobs to me. I just like boobs in general. Like that.
Yeah, that midsection is it for me though, man.
I'd rather, if I had to choose between just boobs and ass, I would be an ass man because I would prefer a fat ass.
But proportion
matters.
That's DNA. That's the DNA.
Most
that's the DNA.
Yeah, proportion. Like
the weirdly proportion, like top heavy, like humongous boobs and nothing downstairs
bothers the fuck out of me.
It's like
I will actively feed a girl collard greens.
On that note, Natalie has said, Natalie asked the question, she said, do you leave them if they're not the man or woman you want, or do you teach them to be?
When I was young,
that's what Natalie. I ain't saying Natalie. Yeah, Natalie.
Natalie Kirkland.
Yeah, shout out Natalie.
I like Natalie.
That's a good question.
I think you meant Natalie.
Do you leave them or build them?
Now, this conversation would come down between me now and me in my 20s, basically. Like I'm in my 30s now, so my clock is ticking. I rush women out the door like quick, like
right.
Bitch, if you ain't trying to get with the program, then go somewhere else and shit like that, like immediately, like
so. Building is a younger man's game because you have time.
Yeah.
You have better patience, probably. You know what I mean?
I got the patience. If I'm dating a woman my age, no. If I'm dating a woman that's in her 20s, then I'll be patient with her.
Right.
Like, so I was dating this chick. I really just literally cut all the chick out. Let me not say that. Okay. Anyway. So, I was talking to a chick recently. She was in her 20s though. She was like 24, I think. 23, she just turned 24. And I just noticed it's like, so one thing was the club thing. Like, she still wants to go to the club actively. That's when I realized I was like, damn, I need to talk to women that are like in like 26, 27. Cause like, if you like, oh yeah, I want to go out. And I'm like, we went out last week. We went to the fucking, you know. Like,
how often you want to go out? Dang.
No, it was her version of going out that wasn't my version of going out. Like, to me, going to the bar and chilling and having a couple drinks and then going to go see like a poetry reading, or like we did this thing in the lawn, on lawns and stuff like that, where it's just like, we were just out on the lawn with beers and liquor,
just chilling,
food. Yeah, and it's just like a day out that everybody's having. And she thinks these things are cool, but to her, it's like what she wants is the atmosphere of like the loud music, boom to the boom to the boom to the boom to the boom. And I just I'm not really in that.
Yeah, in my older age, I think you develop. Like, I developed anxiety that wasn't prevalent in my earlier years. Where it's like, I gotta be at the scene. When you're young, I gotta be at the scene. Now I'm like, I don't even know these motherfuckers, man. Like, you know what I mean?
To me, it's not even about the scene necessarily. I think it's the loud music that bothers me.
I love loud music.
Yeah, but when you're trying to get to like loud music, so right now, like if I actively have been like, if I know a chick, like if a chick that known me when I was in my 20s calls me right now and she wants to go out dancing, we're out. We going to the club. I know her already. If I don't know a chick, I don't fucking care about being in a situation where I can't get to know her.
Right, I understand.
It's gonna annoy me because I'm gonna be trying to ask her questions all night and she's just gonna be like that.
What?
And then she's gonna want to back it up on me, and then she's gonna get drunk, and then she's gonna expect me to take her to my house and sleep with her. I am a 36-year-old man with no kids. You know how I have no kids? Because I'm like terrified of like getting the wrong chick pregnant.
Waking up 2 years later, like, wait, I don't know you.
Yeah, like, and we got a kid and all that shit. Like the one
I told
night
you who I was. Yeah, but the music was too loud.
I didn't hear about you, bro. So I can't be in that scenario. I can't put myself in that situation and feel comfortable, bro. I'm sorry, like
that's funny as shit.
That's really how it is. I'll be scared, like
you wake up like,
no.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You wake up like it's a one night stand. It's y'all been together for 2 years. Y'all got a 16-month-old.
All right. So this one says, oh shit, I fucked up. This one says, it says that men cheat with new pussy. I don't like the word pussy. I like the word vagina.
The vulgar term.
Do you like the word pussy? Do you like when women say, come get this pussy? That's a question. That's really a question that I like. I had this conversation with women. You know, go ahead. I'm gonna explain why. I'm old school.
So to me, sex appeal, when it comes to like verbiage like that, I value the brain. You know what I'm saying? I value intelligence. I value. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it even a step further. You know how they say comedy is genius? Like genius is right comedy? Because to be able to control someone's reaction, like you know what I'm saying? You're writing something
with the intent to get somebody to laugh.
Right, which is and that it's like really hard to
do that. Yeah.
All right, so I say that to say, what's more of a turn on is the creativity to say come get this pussy without saying come get this pussy.
You see
what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't like saying the word dick.
It's like a
I don't like
word.
saying
it's like
suck my dick.
It's like easy.
I don't like saying
it's like easy to get. It's like too easy to get what you want. Like I'm not into it.
The vulgarity of it is, yeah, I don't. So no. I'm definitely against the word pussy.
So the whole phrase. Let me go back to the phrase real quick. Coochie. I will accept coochie over pussy.
Yeah, I'm about to say coochie sounds a little cuter.
No, but coochie is more like a black term. Like coochie's not really outside the black community for real. Like people say coochie, don't get me wrong.
See, I got daughters, fam, so I'm vagina or
I like the word vagina.
I raised my girls to say it's funny now because they teenagers, but so when I hear them talk amongst each other or like with the mother, they use vulgar words describing it to each other. And to me, it's like
that's perfectly fine.
To me, it's
that
like
is
absolutely fine. Head, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's an ear shot.
The way
wow.
that so I am. Listen, let me explain something to you. I'm 100% on the side of what I consider barbershop talk or hair salon talk.
Yeah. It's just, when it catches my ear,
I want to actively teach children to like, as a son, say this to your father, and as a daughter, say this to your mom. Like where you like even like say that. Don't say this to guys. Don't say this to guys, including myself. Type
yeah, not
like,
me.
Take it even.
I hear them playing around and shit, and they say coochie or I'm like,
you don't want to hear your daughter.
I'm like, are y'all talking about boxes? Like beavers?
You start giving them better words to use. Like use these words, please.
I actively say box all the time.
But everybody's different for like everybody's different. Me personally, I don't like the word dick or pussy and shit like that. I think those are like cheating words. Like let's make this a little bit more intricate. Now this is my comparison though. So, for instance, we grew up in the era, right? Like we're like the cusp babies. Like we knew with the
don't get me started, man.
We knew the record player, the tape deck, the CD player, and what we got now, like the MP3 version.
You're gonna take me. So, all right, go ahead. You're a millennial.
I don't like that term either, but that's
exactly.
fine. But I'm a millennial. Yeah, sure.
I feel like
I'm a fucking millennial,
that, man, because I feel like
they gave us a corny label, is what it was.
No, I don't even care about the word. First of all, I think they changed the name of our generation at one point because that word is. We just did the research on it.
Old enough. It's not even
we just did the
enough
research. That shit was in the 90s. Millennial was used in the 90s. It was coined in the 90s.
And it just caught on now.
I'm thinking it just caught on.
Basically.
That's what I said. I said it just caught on. But apparently it's been coined since the 90s.
I just don't like the term.
This person put it on this TV show.
I don't like the term.
It's something about this generation though that's more troublesome to me is that they keep it has a lot of negative connotations. When you say millennials don't want to work or millennials don't want to do, and I'm like, yo, they're not talking about me. And then someone's like, no, they are talking about you. I think even the years change. So like every other generation is like a 10 or 20 year span.
And then all of a sudden
it's 10 years or something. And then millennial was like, 10. But this covers 15. Like something like that.
You're doing it backwards.
Where am I from?
It used to be 20 years for a generation.
Right.
Now all of a sudden it's 10.
Something. Yeah, it's something like that.
Yo, I literally looked it up the other day. Look at that right now.
And I'm just saying, I know it's some change.
It used to be a generation.
It's not the specifics. It's not the specifics of the change. I know they changed something though, and I don't like that.
A generation used to be 20 years. Now all of a sudden it's 10 years.
I think we used to be Generation Y.
Right, and now we're not.
And now we're millennial.
I don't like the idea of being a millennial because I don't really personally like millennials.
But continue. I had interrupted you. You said
So now somebody said to me one time like the music of today is all about sex, etc. and so on. Correct? Now, music has always been about sex. You know the difference is the way. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring up the chart because you're not finding it.
I got the chart, but I swear to God, it's like a fucking Mandela effect. Because they keep going back and changing shit. So now X is 65 to 80.
That's 20 years. That's 25 years.
No, that's 15 years.
Oh yeah, okay. And then what's before that?
Baby boomers is 46 to 64.
How many years is that?
56.
That's not even 20 years.
That's almost
still less than 20 years.
Yeah, but see how they're not. It's not the same.
They just decide on whatever years they want now.
Yeah, I don't feel like it always was like that. I feel like someone's actively going back and changing the rules. Silent generation, 28 to 45.
I don't think that they're
That's what, 17 years?
I know, right? I don't think that they're necessarily going back and changing the rules, really. I mean, I guess that is what that should be what it considered, really.
81 to 94. So even this one says, see, look, right on the fucking screen, 1981 to 1996, right? That's the millennials. But look at this one, 81 to 1994 / 96. Come on, dog. I'm gonna stop labeling us with these little negative labels. That's
the labels is the part. The labels is the problem with our generation.
Everything is being labeled.
Label.
Did you know that there's now a label? So, what do you identify as?
Oh God, I had this question the other day. I identify as a alright. So basically, I'm a dude. Like I'm a guy. I'm a man. Okay. But the way that people, I was called a man at birth. I consider myself a man now.
Walk a man's path.
He. What is it called? He, gender, something.
Pronoun.
I go by the he pronoun. So that if I have to explain it, if it's like me showing that I'm like educated in today's societal thing, right. Like that's how I would explain it. Like, yeah, well, look.
There's a word now. So
cisgender.
Yeah, what the?
Cisgender. I'm a cisgender.
Shout out to all my cisgenders, non-gender,
male,
transgender, bigender. Shout out to everybody.
That be key too.
Yeah, definitely. That threw me off.
Cisgender is what you're talking about.
If you identify by what you traditionally would
be Jennifer, then you're cisgender.
They didn't have to make up a word for that.
I don't think they did either.
But
you know what the problem was?
Labeling.
No, this is the thing. There was already a word for it. The word that was given to that is offensive to people.
That's become an offensive word. So you can't say.
You don't know. Do you know what the word I'm saying is?
I'm about to say it. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
All right.
What is the word that you think that is got offended to people? Because it's going to be the simplest word. You know, I think it's going to be over somebody.
Oh, so now you made me think of two words.
Go ahead.
Straight?
No, that's not the word.
All right, cool. So it's not that word. The other one is
Nope.
What?
Regular,
yeah. Okay, that's simple enough.
Regular. That word offends people.
Really?
You can't call yourself regular.
That's an offensive word.
You see why though.
So is normal.
That's the same word.
Yeah, it's normal. Normal is that's an offensive word.
What are you? Normal. What am I? Regular. You can't say yourself.
Who's not normal?
Exactly. Because that's what the conversation becomes. Right. So that's why they created the word cisgender, because the word cisgender meant.
So it's late. Cisgender is just late. It belonged there the whole time, you think?
No. Hell no, I don't think that word belonged there. I think people have a mental problem.
Yeah, it's a lot of that going around. It's a lot of that going around.
The whole idea, right? Now this is my problem. I always draw it to where things are going too far, right? Where they're starting to change. Like they're bringing back all the 90s cartoons and 80s cartoons and stuff like that.
Oh, you seen the Rugrats joint?
The Rugrats thing, right? So the Rugrats, they bring back the Rugrats and they're talking about filling Lil's mom.
It's out. It's back.
She's a lesbian or something, right?
Yeah.
With 2 children, right?
Yeah.
The thing about children's cartoons and children's shows, they're supposed to teach you 1 + 1 = 2. They're supposed to teach you A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's certain lessons that aren't for children's television.
Right.
Children's television is supposed to be a basic thing. Whereas we're going to teach children these things that are
building blocks.
Right. So now one of the things that even homosexual people need is heterosexual people.
Right.
Because it takes a mom and a dad to create a child.
Right.
You should not be teaching children all of the other sexual innuendos and everything, sexual inhibitions and sexual things that people go through in their life.
Right.
That's something that should be in the PG-13 movies. That should be well into high school, well into you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be something that the younger kids have to even think about at all. I don't want that in their heads. The
whole movement is interesting to me because there's currently a show on TV. Now, mind you, I'm for liberation of all people who feel oppressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not just feel, but if you are oppressed, actually. I had to clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's actively a show on TV that casted a female in a male role.
Okay.
Let that settle.
They casted a female
in a male role.
Okay, and what was
the show isn't
I don't have a problem with that, first off.
The show isn't about a female that wants to be a male.
It's just a female that they casted to be
a boy.
Right, okay. So what's the problem? Exactly.
Alright, so like this movement kind of started, or I ain't gonna say it started because people felt oppressed. One of the examples that were given to me was that let's say a gay person wanted to pursue an acting career, and because gays weren't liberated, that the role of a gay person in a movie would go to a straight person.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we're not open to gay actors, I guess. I don't know, but that's how it was given to me. Like, yo, if it's a gay role, like give it to a gay actor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him or her represent that the way it's. So I'm like, we've gotten to the point now where everyone's like liberated. I don't know. It was just weird to me to think that the female got casted. It has nothing to do with the continuity of the show. Why in a male role did you put a female?
So can I jump?
Yeah, please. Enlighten me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
First off, one of my favorite things is acting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love plays specifically. Like, I don't get me wrong, like TV shows and movies and all that stuff. But like, if I'm acting specifically, I want to be in a play. Like, I like being in a play. Like, I like being in musicals more than anything, right?
Stage,
fucking musicals and shit. Because it's such a dynamic and shit like that. You get to actively like intensify. You get to feel people. Like, you give people what they give you. Like, you dwell on the audience.
Right. It's a give and take.
Now, acting, right, specifically, started with an all-male cast.
Right.
The original actors were all men. None of them were women.
So they played each role.
Yes. So if you're watching Macbeth, if you're watching, you know what I'm saying, Romeo and Juliet, everybody loves that, right? Imagine that when Romeo and Juliet came out, women weren't allowed to be in plays. Romeo and Juliet is actively one of the first plays in history where women were allowed to play the roles. And this is way after Roman time.
So you think this is like a callback?
Yes.
This is a...
Why is it that you can't do white actors can't do blackface, right? But Dave Chappelle, Martin, and everybody can get away with putting a white mask on and going on television?
Right.
You know why? Because it's a force, it's a entity that was dominated by one race of people, one group of people specifically. So then now everybody doing the same thing to imitate the person that was like, you know what I'm saying? That's not the problem.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ultimately.
So does this? My bad. Does this become a woman's right thing?
It's an everyone's right thing. Like, I don't like the idea that they're saying women's rights and gays' rights and blacks' rights and this. Rights. Look, there's one person, there's one group of people that was in charge of everybody. Everybody. Your rights don't mean more than my rights who never got rights. I'm a black man who never got no rights. You're a white woman, whatever woman who never got no rights. You're a gay, whatever the fuck, that never got no rights. Why do my rights have to, why do your rights have to outweigh my rights? We need our rights. Who's the person that took away our rights as human beings?
Right.